Let's talk about Amazon's layoffs. It's a story that has dominated tech headlines for years, but it's often misunderstood. We're talking about the big waves of reductions that started in late 2022 and are still rippling through the company in 2025. This isn't a simple, one-off cost cut to weather a tough quarter. It's a deliberate, multi-year restructuring designed to fundamentally change how the world's largest online retailer operates. The goal: to make this global behemoth behave more like a startup. Leaner, faster, and increasingly, relentlessly AI-driven. To truly understand what's happening, we need to unpack the timeline, the drivers, and the specific impacts across the organization. Let's start with the timeline. The first major signal came in November 2022. After years of seemingly unstoppable growth, Amazon announced it would cut around 10,000 corporate and tech jobs. This initial wave primarily hit the devices organization, home to Alexa, and the retail division. It was a shock, the largest cut in the company's history at that point, but that was just the beginning. In January 2023, the number was revised upwards, swelling to over 18,000 roles. This expansion of the cuts broadened the scope, hitting the People, Experience and Technology, or PXT division, which is Amazon's HR department, particularly hard. The message was clear: the hyper-growth hiring phase was definitively over. Then, in March 2023, another 9,000 jobs were eliminated. This round was significant because it reached deep into the company's crown jewel, Amazon Web Services. It also impacted Twitch, advertising, and again, the PXT teams. By mid-2023, the total had climbed to over 27,000 roles. After a brief pause, the restructuring continued. In early 2024, several hundred roles were cut from Prime Video and MGM Studios, followed by another 500 from Twitch. Later that year, and continuing into 2025, smaller, more targeted cuts have become the new normal, often described internally as re-leveling or org optimizations. These aren't massive single-day announcements anymore, but a continuous, rolling adjustment. The pattern is undeniable. This is a structural transformation, not a temporary fix. So, what's behind this massive multi-year shift? There are four interconnected drivers. First and foremost, the strategic pivot to AI and automation. In every earnings call and internal memo, leadership emphasizes that generative AI is the future. They are making enormous capital investments, shifting money and people away from traditional corporate functions and pouring them into building foundational AI models, expanding AWS capacity for AI workloads, and automating internal workflows. This isn't just about launching new AI products, it's about rewiring the entire company to operate on an AI-first basis. The second driver is the great overexpansion correction. Between 2020 and 2022, Amazon went on a hiring spree of historic proportions to meet soaring pandemic-era demand. Its corporate and tech workforce nearly doubled. But as the world reopened and e-commerce growth normalized, the company found itself with a cost structure that was out of sync with reality. The math simply didn't hold, and a painful correction became inevitable. Third, a company-wide push to debureaucratize. As Amazon grew, layers of management accumulated, slowing down decision-making. CEO Andy Jassy has been vocal about the need to get back to the company's inventive, fast-moving roots. This means cutting layers of middle management, reducing the number of overlapping teams, and pushing for a stronger owner mentality where individual contributors have more scope and autonomy. The goal is less management overhead and more speed. And the fourth driver is renewed cost discipline. For years, Amazon was famous for its willingness to invest heavily in new ventures, even if they were unprofitable for a long time. The new mantra is more focused. They are doubling down on high-potential areas like AWS and AI, but are aggressively trimming fat elsewhere to protect long-term profitability and satisfy investor expectations for efficiency. So, who specifically has been impacted? It's crucial to note that these cuts have been concentrated in corporate and tech roles. The vast majority of Amazon's 1.5 million employees, the warehouse associates, fulfillment center staff, and delivery drivers who form the backbone of its logistics network have not been the focus of these layoffs. Inside the corporate world, the PXT or HR division took some of the earliest and deepest cuts. As mass hiring slowed to a trickle and the company invested more in HR automation tools for performance management and onboarding, the need for a massive recruiting and HR support staff diminished significantly. Even AWS, the profit engine, wasn't immune. While core engineering and infrastructure teams were protected to support the AI push, reductions hit non-technical roles in sales, marketing, and program management. The strategy shifted towards consolidating sales territories and relying more on automated marketing and partner channels. The Devices and Services division, which includes Alexa, Echo, and Fire TV, saw significant shrinkage. After a boom in smart home device adoption, demand matured and growth flattened. The division, which had long been a major cost center, was forced to narrow its focus to more profitable ventures and rein in its more experimental projects. Prime Video and MGM Studios also saw cuts in content acquisition, marketing, and operations. In a hyper-competitive streaming market, the focus shifted from sheer volume to a more curated slate of high-impact, profitable hits, leading to a leaner operational footprint. And yes, even software development engineers, or SDEs, saw cuts. This surprised many. The rise of powerful AI-powered coding tools like Code Whisperer is changing team structures. A single engineer can now be more productive, which means teams can be smaller. The cuts targeted engineers on lower priority projects or in roles that could be consolidated, reflecting a new expectation of higher output per person. From the worker's perspective, the process was often abrupt and impersonal, consistent with Amazon's data-driven execution style. Many employees reported receiving early morning emails or automated calendar invitations for a brief, mandatory meeting. System access was often revoked within minutes of the notification. The company typically offered severance packages that included a lump sum payment, continued benefits for a period, and, crucially, a paid non-working period. This meant employees remained on the payroll for 60 days or more while they searched for a new role, either internally or externally, which is a key detail in complying with labor laws like the WARN Act. Now, let's zoom out. Was this just an Amazon problem? Not at all. To benchmark the logic, look at its big tech peers. Google and Meta faced the same pressures. All three overhired dramatically during the pandemic, and all three are now intensely focused on optimizing productivity and reallocating resources to AI. But their strategies differed slightly. Google's layoffs have been more surgical, framed as reallocating talent to their highest priority AI projects like Gemini. Meta, on the other hand, undertook the heaviest percentage cuts, driven by Mark Zuckerberg's Year of Efficiency, a direct response to investor panic over massive spending on the metaverse. Amazon's approach is a hybrid, a broad correction of its pandemic-era bloat combined with a deep strategic pivot to make AI the company's new operating system. The context of Amazon's total workforce is also important. With over 1.5 million employees, mostly in logistics, the tens of thousands of corporate cuts represent a small percentage of the total headcount. But inside the corporate and tech divisions, the impact was seismic, a double-digit percentage reduction that touched nearly every single part of the business. So what's the ultimate takeaway? This isn't just about cost-cutting, it's a permanent, structural shift in how big tech, and Amazon in particular, is built and managed. AI isn't just a product they sell, it's becoming the management model they use. This model favors fewer managers, more leverage and output per engineer, and a ruthless data-driven focus on what truly moves the needle. If you're working in tech, or aspire to, the signal from Amazon is crystal clear. The new mandate is to become AI fluent, not just as a user but understanding how it can be applied to your role. You must be able to ship measurable, quantifiable impact, and you should expect to work in leaner teams with broader, more ambiguous scopes. The era of headcount as a proxy for progress is over. The size of your team no longer defines your importance. Output is the new and perhaps only metric that matters. Thanks for watching. If this deep dive helped you decode the noise around the tech layoffs, you know what to do.